Are you ready for another epic superhero adventure? After the long-awaited release of the first Justice League movie in 2017, fans have been eagerly anticipating the next installment in the series.
There are a lot of exciting rumours about Justice League 2's new heroes, surprising story turns, and the return of beloved characters. Will the League overcome darker threats? What surprises await in this epic battle for justice? Joss Whedon's Justice League was met with average reviews, but Zack Snyder's thunderous return in 2021 with his version ignited a resurgence of interest in his long-envisioned Justice League trilogy. But with recent DC films receiving negative reviews and poor box office performance, many now view Snyder's exit as a watershed in the DCU's history. The debut trailer for Zack Snyder's upcoming Rebel Moon Part 1, titled Child of Fire, further solidifies Snyder's separation from Warner Bros. And DC Studios. This shift hints that Snyder's original plans for a Justice League trilogy might remain locked away, as the current dynamics at DC Studios suggest a deviation from Snyder's direction. The recent appointment of James Gunn and Peter Safran as co-CEOs of DC Studios has ushered in significant changes, including a reboot of DCEU into the new DC universe. Gunn revealed DC Studios' plans on January 31st, 2023, unveiling upcoming projects with new actors stepping into key roles, like Superman and Batman. Given these developments, the prospect of Snyder returning to continue his prior continuity seems unlikely. While there might be an argument for releasing Snyder's Justice League trilogy as standalone DC Elseworlds projects, akin to Matt Reeves' The Batman and Todd Phillips' Joker franchises, it poses a challenge. Snyder's vision extends the DCEUU, which was expected to undergo a reset in 2023. Snyder's planned 5-part trilogy involved intricate storytelling, with Justice League 3 marking the culmination of this narrative. Did you know the story was set to witness Bruce Wayne's demise and the emergence of a new Batman taking center stage? The introduction of the plot points like Martian Manhunter, Lex Luthor's encounter with Deathstroke, and Bruce Wayne's nightmare scenario in Justice League 2 left fans craving more. The nightmare scenario depicted a team confronting a corrupted Superman, serving as a reset for the DCEU. Although Snyder's Justice League sequels may not materialize, there's potential for these ideas to find a new home, either in a book or integrated into DC Comics. In this way, Zack Snyder's original Justice League plans may find new life within the Rebel Moon universe, offering fans a fresh and exciting avenue for the continuation of his visionary storytelling. In the thrilling saga of the DC Extended Universe, the Justice League, a formidable alliance of Superman, Batman and Wonder Woman, first united in 2017 under the visionary direction of Zack Snyder. As they faced the formidable Steppenwolf, Aquaman, The Flash and Cyborg joined forces, marking a pivotal moment that would shape their futures in the shared universe. However, unforeseen challenges, controversies and external factors have since disrupted the trajectory of each hero's journey. Warner Bros. And DC Films found themselves navigating through mixed outcomes, with some characters achieving solo film success, while others teetered on the edge of disappearance. Guess what? The recent revelations of a multiverse narrative in The Flash hinted at a soft reboot for the DCU timeline, defying expectations, especially with Henry Cavill's Superman marking a surprising return in Black Adam. Yet Cavill's confirmed departure from the DCU added a layer of complexity as the plan for the DCU's Chapter 1, titled Gods and Monsters, began to take shape. As of December 2022, the DCU bid farewell to Henry Cavill's Superman, leaving fans bewildered, especially since his unexpected return had just been showcased. Cavill shared his sentiments on Instagram, expressing both sadness at parting with the role and understanding for the new direction outlined by DCU heads James Gunn and Peter Safran. James Gunn, set to recast and reboot Superman with a younger Clark Kent, signifies a significant shift for the DCU Justice League and the entire DCU. While the identity of the next Superman remains undisclosed, it's confirmed that the new Clark Kent will make his debut in Superman Legacy, scheduled for July 2025. Ben Affleck's unexpected return to the DCU as Batman adds a surprising twist to his superhero journey. Initially thought to have concluded his time as Batman after Justice League, Affleck stepped away from a solo Batman project. However, he gave a terrific performance in his most recent iconic role, in The Flash, which served as a proper send-off for his version of Batman. Zack Snyder's Justice League production has had a difficult journey to completion. The director's original intent for the film was clearly not to see it in theatres, and Warner Bros. Had distorted his vision for the DCEU, beginning with Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. The updated, authentic version of the film will incorporate various elements from the unmade sequels and will be much closer to what director Zack Snyder originally intended. Snyder had plans for not one but multiple films, in which the heroes would battle and ultimately fail against the greatest evil by travelling to the stars. These are every known deviation that Zack Snyder would have made in order to eventually tell the whole story involving DC's illustrious heroes. The Dark Ruler of the planet Apokolips, Darkseid, makes his ferocious DCEU debut in the Snyder Cut, mostly appearing in flashbacks to the Great War that once defined Earth. Although fans hoping to see more of Snyder's take on the antagonist will undoubtedly enjoy this, the villain's introduction to the universe was initially far more sinister. Originally, he was supposed to make an appearance towards the end of the planned first Justice League movie. In keeping with the resolution, the vanquished Steppenwolf was reportedly transported back to Apokolips via a boom tube. But the way they were differently directed led to the last conflict. Darkseid warned the heroes of his presence and wrath by peeping down menacingly at them as the boom tube closed. The film abruptly ended on a cliffhanger, leaving audiences eager to learn the identity of this enigmatic antagonist, who shared similarities with Thanos. In all fairness, the Snyder Cut ends differently from the new version of the movie, but it still doesn't have a cliffhanger. Before Superman leaves to help other heroes, Alfred spoke with the returned Superman in both the Snyder Cut and the theatrical version of the movie. Batman's butler had never spoken to the Man of Steel, but this scene was always arranged this way. Rather, the purpose of this scene was to present the DCEU Green Lantern, who aided the others in taking down Steppenwolf. This fit in well with the second Justice League film that was slated to be released, which had a larger, more cosmic tone. In an attempt to prevent Darkseid from attacking Earth in retaliation for Steppenwolf's defeat, the heroes launched themselves into space to engage him head-on. Fans have long suspected that Alfred was meant to be speaking to Green Lantern. It demonstrates how much even the Snyder Cut will be condensed in comparison to Zack Snyder's original plans for the DCEU as a whole. Lex Luthor communicated with extraterrestrial technology at the conclusion of Dawn of Justice, which transmitted data regarding Darkseid. After Steppenwolf was defeated, an extraterrestrial overlord arrived on Earth and he teamed up with the eccentric businessman in the first sequel. Big Barda and a few other new gods were expected to accompany Darkseid. After Superman returns, Luthor informs Darkseid that Lois Lane, his real weakness, is the only way to overcome him. As a result, Darkseid triumphed and Superman became corrupted in the depressing conclusion of the second movie. Even in comparison to the other equally depressing DCEU films, the second installment of the Justice League trilogy would have been a bit of a letdown, as was previously mentioned. After being vanquished and helpless to prevent Darkseid from taking over the planet, the heroes would experience the Nightmare sequence, which was initially shown in Batman vs Superman. Notably, an Omega symbol in the scene confirmed Darkseid's existence. Yes! The third movie took place in this wasteland after the end of the world. Snyder told the New York Times that after the heroes faced off against Darkseid, he was vanquished and Superman was restored. When Superman returned in the second movie, he witnessed the murder of a pregnant Lois. After that, Superman lost it and assisted Darkseid in capturing Earth, murdering a number of other heroes in the process. Additionally, there were early thoughts of Bruce Wayne briefly falling in love with a distraught Lois, a notion that Warner Brothers categorically rejected. Discovering the future of the Justice League has become the burning question for every DC fan right now, with James Gunn and Peter Safran orchestrating the next chapter in the DC cinematic universe. The intricate web of storytelling and the fate of our beloved heroes are poised on the edge of excitement. Zack Snyder's Justice League still features elements of this extended cinematic universe, however in a condensed form, though it's unclear if Warner Brothers will genuinely cooperate and permit that to appear in any upcoming DCEU films. Snyder closes his version of the film on a cliffhanger that probably resembles his original ending. And that concludes today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Feel free to share your suggestions for future videos in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more similar content.